Okay, so yes, welcome. Words of wisdom. How are you today? So lovely to see you. We've had a busy week, a strong week energetically. And the energy, as we know, has been dramatic. It's been dense, but it's been good. There's a big timeline shift. Lots have happened. Especially for me anyway, and if you're connecting with me, I'm going to assume that you are my network and you are seeing this for a reason, and whatever I say, something might resonate and help you along the way. So we're focusing on our path very much today, asking what is to come for our weekend as guidance, please. I've got our witchy cards on the table today, feeling that witchy lineage, that witchy path, magic, very magical. The energy is beautiful. Like every time I sort of touch the cards, I'm getting a buzz through my system. Sometimes I just feel angels, and then sometimes it's fairies and unicorns. So, but today it's definitely the witches, and I don't know what else we're going to get from that as well. I just want to light my incense as well, and we will see how we go. Shan't we? All right, my lovelies. So I have got our witches litho oracle, and I have got my witches tarot. So, but first of all, our message for today: youth gives you brilliance, don't disappoint it. Isn't that wonderful? And I've just had a meeting with my students, and yeah, they are so youthful, but it's also they are brilliant when they put their minds to things. Rumors are not to be trusted. Now that's an interesting one. So something about youth being quite young, and you know, often I feel like I want to say hidden. I don't know why the word hidden came to my mind, but maybe something about a rumor that's not to be trusted. Rumors are not to be trusted. The idea of what is the truth in the matter. And sometimes, you know, our youth of today, they hide things. So I feel like there's something, maybe a younger person you're dealing with that is possibly hiding something, and you need to, yeah, get to the bottom of that. Get to the truth of things. I'm hearing. Get to the truth. So this is going to be very interesting reading. Let us see what comes of that then, shall we? Okay. I also interestingly put my rose quartz heart on top of my witch's litho oracle, and that's interesting because the rose quartz is, you know, about the heart, about love. And if you're dealing with children, or often it's, you know, it's about, you do things from a place of love. You try and understand them, you try and forgive them, you try and excuse them, often from a place of love. And I just felt like that's going to be the message. And also what is drawing my attention is the fact that this deck, and I do adore it, is purple, which is intuition. So I'm hearing a mother's intuition, but also butterflies are on this deck, and I love this deck for the butterflies. They're just so beautiful. And butterflies are all about transformation, about growth, about change. So maybe something's changed. Maybe you're aware of something that has changed with children, with young people, someone younger than you. Something is not quite right. Something is a little bit hidden. So let us see, what is our guidance for the weekend? What can we know? Please, Spirit, please give us our guidance. All right, straight away. Sun salutation, number 38. Interesting. Praise the temple that carries your spirit. Support is needed. Okay, so there is something here to do with it's 38, which obviously breaks down to 11, which is something guided, divinely guided. Support is needed. So maybe I'm also looking at the way this figure, this lady, is standing. It's almost like she's trying to balance on one leg. Hands up in the air and balancing the body, stretching up. There is a butterfly here that is sort of flying up, and then there's this long hair, almost like a snake, like the kundalini, like the energy that is sort of coming down over here. But it definitely feels even like there's things here that are sort of blocking, you know, that have been, they're a bit faded, bit thin, but like irritants. You know, that's how I'm sort of reading this energy on this card. And I feel like, you know, support is needed, Spirit is saying. You need some sort of support in an area. And maybe it is about sort of getting yourself back into a balanced state. I'm hearing a balanced state where you can, I'm just looking for my book, where you can definitely pay attention to something in a little bit more detail. And it's quite interesting how I was just thinking about rumors, and, you know, the trees here are quite sort of faded. They're not quite there. It's almost like there's something that's a bit hidden, a bit faded, not quite right. You're sort of aware of something. Let's have a little read of it. Let's just read what it says in the book. Sun salutation. I mean, sun salutation is about honoring the sun, the beautiful light of sunshine. I you know, it's a lovely card. Let's have a look, but it's not sunbathing. Keywords is wellness and supporting your body. Okay, so receiving this card is an immediate call to make self-care a priority, especially if you've experienced struggles in manifesting more abundance or love into your life. It may not seem as though health and wellness have anything to do with your other goals, but consider that would not have to have a way to experience wealth, joy, love, or material possessions without your physical body. It is your soul's home and how you take in the world around you. Without vitality, it could become much more difficult to show up for the things money affords you. Isn't that interesting? How can you enjoy travel, cars, houses, or parties if you don't have the physical strength? Or enjoy time with loved ones if your mind is foggy and tired? Often a healthy body results in a healthy brain, unlocking creative ideas and making it easier to problem solve and stimulate emotional wellness. You will find the solution or answer to your question with greater ease after making time for proper rest and better nutrition and taking a break. There's no need to look a certain way or attempt to mold yourself to unrealistic beauty standards. All that's required is finding ways to support your body to facilitate a feeling of vitality, energy, and strength. This will be different for different people, so listen to your body and let it guide you to what feels best. Now, this is really interesting because I had a conversation with my sister-in-law earlier and about my brother, and I said to her, I want you to start encouraging him to come for walks, especially now there's a lighter evening. He needs, because he's got himself into a bit of a depressive state. It's very important for him to move his body. And I think this is a very good indication as we've got to an end of a heavy, dense week of energy. The idea of your youth gives you brilliance. Don't disappoint it. Tap into the inner child. Tap into a bit of fun. But also the idea of movement, of moving your body and trying to do something. So this weekend, possibly take yourself for a really nice walk somewhere. Take yourself out, enjoy time out in the fresh air, out in the open, especially if the weather seems a little bit better, or whatever, you know, do something like that. We've also got heirloom tomatoes. Enter into the depths of intimacy where the seeds of your desire will be nourished. So, beautiful way, physical intimacy, physical touch, being with someone on a physical level. It could really bring about this feeling of vitality and beauty and strength. It just does something. The sacral chakra has been very prevalent in these last few days, and that is about intimacy, and it's also about creativity, and that's something that maybe you want to be considering. So keywords here are love and passion and lust. Look at me doing this with my body again. We had this the other day. Heirloom tomatoes brings the promise of new romance for love seekers and renewed passions in an existing relationship. Goes beyond anything physical, entering into the depths of intimacy that is only accomplished by a deeper understanding of each other. Lust is born out of suggested glances, feathery touches, and whispered kisses, teasing at something much more sensual. If this is not something you're experiencing, consider seeking fresh ways to introduce more play into a relationship, romantic or otherwise. It's just as important to experience love for yourself as it is for a lover. Are you making time for your passions? When was the last time you acted on your lust for anything? Not just a person, but also a goal or purchase, food or location. This card guides you to give into the need to spoil yourself and those around you. Everyone wants to be wanted and feel loved, including the universe. The extra's affection goes a long way in stocking the seeds of desire, and you will find that the energy you give is also the energy you receive. Wow, that's amazing. And this is on page 69 as well. So 69 is about balance. So I did talk about balance in this card. So about the yin and yang energy, about balance, how you're feeling. So maybe you are asking for for new romance or better intimacy or better, having that sort of love, Green Witch, number 12, which goes down to 3, powerful. No one decision is insignificant. The act of intentionality calls to you now. So what is it that you are intending? What is your intentions? That's beautiful. Maybe it's about somebody around you that will show you their intentions in a very beautiful way. Let's have a little look at this. So keywords are consequences of your actions, mindfulness and interconnectedness. So Green Witch is in tune with nature, sensing the connectedness between herself and all living things. She speaks to plants, animals, the skies and rivers, hearing their guidance and sorrows, taking just enough for her needs while bringing awareness in the ways humans have negatively impacted the planet. Knowing how she treats the earth is reflected in how she treats herself, and how she treats herself is likewise mirrored in the entire collective consciousness. Green Witch is here to remind you to be mindful of the consequences of your energy. The words you speak, the way you view yourself and others, as well as the actions you take, have an impact on all humanity. If you're cruel to someone, that person may go on to harm themselves or others. If you hide your light from the world because of low self-worth or shame, then you rob others of the chance to love and appreciate the gifts you were sent here to share. What you say and do matters, even if you can't see the immediate cause and effect of your choices. And what you don't say and the ways you don't show up are also consequences. Right. Okay, so it's about staying balanced, staying true to who you are, knowing what you want. That is important, because paper boats, stay afloat and don't tilt too much. A lesson awaits you. So something is going to come to light that's going to be a real lesson in this. And I think, you can't ever turn back what you've done. You can only say, I've done it for a reason and I'm learning from it, whatever that might be, And that's really quite important to learn as well, because, you've got to show up for yourself. And if you're not happy with something, why wouldn't you say so? Speaking up, speaking out clearly is important, And I just, sometimes that is something I struggle with personally. I'd rather let things go sometimes, and I'm not happy about something, and it's not right, is it? It's not the right thing to do. You have to be honest and open with yourself. All right, so let's see a little bit more detail then. We've got these beautiful the tarot cards. I've just been giving them a little bit of a extra shuffle because they've been sitting for a little while, and I thought it would be good to move the energy. So let us have a little look. Please, Spirit, if you could give us a bit more guidance on this detail that you've given us for the weekend, what we should know. Please, Spirit, what is coming? What is it that we should know? Please, Spirit. Okay, we've got a few cards out now. Oh, there we are. Okay. Lovely. Thank you very much. Okay, so I'm just going to leave that for a minute. On top of paper boats, straight away came our beautiful Six of Wands. Now that's a victory card. That's like great, but it was in reverse. Now the paper one's a lesson awaits you. So it's something of a lesson that you are going to have to learn. And it might be that you've had to do what you needed to do in order for this lesson to come about. So don't question anything I'm hearing. There's no point. No point questioning anything. Because what is meant to be will always be. Right, so this is the Witch's Garden Tarot, Six of Wands. So the Six of Wands is about inspiration, parades of light-hearted merriment, eroding paths of detriment, laurel leaves mark victory won, basking glory, more's to come. Now, the reverse of this is downplaying your talent, inability to accept your compliments, stuck in a negative spiral, inability to experience the pleasure of the self. Okay, so a lesson that you are learning. So interesting how I said it's about you staying balanced. This sort of idea of these, you know, they're not quite there, but they're there. There's something that has sort of made you feel a little bit, maybe trying to off balance you or whatever. But the idea here of, you know what you want, what type of intimacy, what type of relationship, what type of person in your life. And I feel like you're maybe expressing yourself more to that. And that's really important, because the Green Witch is about the act of intentionality. So speaking up, okay, is really important. Being honest and open. Experience the pleasure of the self. What is it that you want? So a lesson awaits you. This is where this weekend you might get a little bit of a lesson in some way to do with this. You take what resonates. Over this side we've got the Four of Swords, and it sort of came out underneath the salutation. So you can see there she's resting quite nicely. You know, the swords are like, there's two swords lying down, there's two swords that are upright. Okay, and she's having a little sleep. The little cat's also having a sleep. It's like this resting sort of situation, being a bit satisfied possibly with something, you know, underneath that sun salutation. Let's see what it says here with the Four of Swords. Sorry, I went the wrong way. There it is. Five of Swords, Four of Swords. So the Four of Swords here says it's about rest. It's the perfect slumber is evoked in the Four Swords. It's a card of peaceful mind, completely at rest. So I feel very much why I came out under the sun salutation. New thoughts are observed without being entangled in the ego. Interesting. And new and interesting ideas arise. Two swords up and two swords down show vulnerability as well as the ability to protect the self if needed. So remember, this card is about looking after the self. Okay, so this is a lesson. What it is that you need, what it is that you want, why you are expressing yourself in the way that you need to, your intentionality. The secret of the Four of Swords is the importance of self-care, for only healthy witches cast effective spells. It is love and protection extended to the realm of mind and thought. So it is about stable thoughts, pleasure in decisions, resting well, assured mind, spirit and body, power of three, a pause providing room to imagine and contemplate well into the future, a well-sent message, restful nights, restoration of mind, body and soul. So very strong indication there. And then we have these three cards that sort of came out over in this area. And I wanted to just have a look at these. So we have our moon in reverse. All right. And again, very strong energy we've had this week with our moons. And we see here two wolves on either side of this sort of gap, and she is actually in the water. All of this emotional and looking up and holding hands up again. It feels almost like the salutation, doesn't it? Like the honoring. And these two wolves are howling at the moon on either side of the gap. So, but it was in a reverse. Then we've got our beautiful justice, balance. Okay, justice, understanding, balance, knowledge, knowing something. Okay, so this justice is very important as well, because I did talk about balance straight in the beginning, and we have another major arcana, which is the Hermit. So at this stage, you are in your own self, your inner healing, knowing what it is that you want. You are being guided very strongly in this situation, whatever it might be, whatever resonates with you. I don't know why. It could be someone who is younger than you, because I talked about that in the beginning, but it's the idea of what you want. And when we think about our inner child, often our inner child is our higher self. But I want to just go to the moon. We've got 3 major arcana cards here. So our moon card, what number is the moon? Justice. Our moon card is bewitched moonlight, wolves howled and bark, creeping shadows, yawning dark, bringing forth new stories told, embrace the unknown, let paths unfold. So letting something come to light, letting something, you know, looking at, waiting, surrendering, letting it happen. So repressing primal urges, uncomfortable with one's own power and magic, unable to integrate inner duality. So in the reverse, you know, it's really about what wants to emerge through me is the question, and really it's about what came out with the moon card. So that is our justice and our hermit card. And justice is about karma, tips the scales, about the rules. So action bears fruit, moral issues, sense of right and wrong, rules, legal issues, laying down the law, strength and responsibility, fairness, the delegation of rules. So this lesson is really about what it is you want and who you are and how you deserve. And this is something that is really important for you to maintain. Don't question, I'm hearing. Do not question the situation. Know it as a lesson that you're learning from. All right? You may need to be more flexible. You may need to be thinking about things in a different way. Let's just see what the Hermit says. 1x. The Hermit is about seclusion, but it's about cautiousness and inward exploration, using inner light as a beacon for others. So what your lesson is going to be teaching others as well. And that is a beautiful way to think about your opportunity. So whoever this person is, this intimacy, this beautiful, this love, okay, because I talked about a young person and how, you know, we love our children and we forgive them a lot, don't we? But it's interesting how this rumors are not to be trusted is sort of playing in my mind. I'm just going to see if we can ask for a little bit more detail. This is beautiful confirmation from the tarot let's just ask the tarot actually. Right, so can we have a little bit more detail on this moon situation and the 6 of Wands? Please, can we have a bit more detail of this intimacy situation? Okay, the Knight of Swords. I'm not taking all of them. Okay, so on top of Sun Salutation, 8 of Wands. So something fiery, something, look at the spiral, and she's looking up her hands, and we've got a lot of this sort of going on, opening up, surrendering, allowing. The 8 of Wands often is about movement. And we've also got our beautiful Page of Wands. Again, something young, a young energy, but it's definitely passionate. Look at the fire energy in that card. And this Eight of Wands is all about the fire as well. So it's a very strong, fiery scenario. And then we've got on top of the Hermit over here, the Knight of Swords, which is cool. Okay, but the Knight of Swords will come in with a message, with something. All right, so I just want to see what we can gather from that. So the Eight of Wands. Yes, speed. Something's coming in. Everything put into the world counts. Love letters, send messages, call and response, prayers in motion, action in flight. Results are soon to be revealed. And that is this heirloom to tomatoes one. This love, this whatever this is for you. It's definitely something that's going to come in a very passionate, strong way. Page of Wands, spellcaster. Follow your passion, good luck abounds, youthful energy. So youth gives you brilliance, don't disappoint it. So let whatever this youthful energy is, let whatever is meant to come in. And the Knight of Swords is the ability to defend ourselves articulately and intellectually. Take action now, go for it. Speedy resolution to a problem, move towards it. So whatever comes this weekend, my friend, it's going to come quickly, passionately. It's strong energy. Remain balanced. Remain focused on what it is you want. Mind, body, soul. It is about you, okay? Connect in with that. Don't let somebody here come and rush you off balance. It's not what you want. And follow, lean into it, allow it to come, allow it to guide you in some way. Okay, definitely. Beautiful, beautiful. I'm just going to get a couple of our Do We Believe in Magic cards for the weekend. Believe in your own magic. Honestly, this is beautiful stuff. Trust in you. Trust. Believe in your own magic. Yes, Spirit. Lulu, we are literally throwing our cards at you. Take yourself out on a date. All right? And the world awaits you, morning. And don't doubt your worth, the lighthouse. You are worthy. I am always enough. Honestly, it is about you. Do you know what's just come to mind? I can buy myself flowers. All right, so this youthful energy needs to learn something, I think. This lesson you're learned, or you are learning, or you have learned. Because I kind of feel like in that picture, we have a fox. And foxes are good. And then she is sort of hugging a tree. And I feel like you've done the work. And the fox is wily. And a fox can be good partners, but also a bit mischievous, a bit sly. And the fox is kind of looking at her. What are you doing hugging a tree? So he's taking note of her. This is the lesson. I think you're giving somebody some light, some very strong light, because that was what that card was about as well. You know, because these people are all standing there going, yes, look at this person, showed me the way. So the morning awaits you tomorrow, and you are worthy. You are enough. Trust in that. Trust. You've earned all your stripes. Right? You've earned all your stripes. It's your time. It's your turn. I'm hearing. So that is beautiful. Thank you so much for listening. Please let me know how you get on and what this is about. I love a bit of a share. I'll also let you know, because I always do, what is going on with me. And just remember, you are enough. Okay? Whatever this energy, whatever this situation that is going to come in. Okay? Rest up. Don't overexert yourself, because you don't need to. You've earned your stripes. You've done the work. And you deserve this. You deserve it. So, thank you for joining me. I'll see you again real soon. Bye.